Get ready to die, simpleton!
Welcome to Murlocked, a challenge run where we try to answer one question. Is it possible to reach level 60 in World of Warcraft Classic by only killing Murlocs? That's it. That's the whole idea. The rules are simple. Reach level 60, kill only Murlocs, no quests, except if they are Murloc related, no help from other players, professions and the auction house are allowed, but I use them very sparingly and only with the money I make myself, of course. I also won't buy things just to sell them for profit. That would take away from the challenge. But not using professions or the auction house at all doesn't make much sense either. This is already going to be a long and tedious grind. There's no need to make it worse for no reason. The first Murlocs our vengeance-filled gnome can hunt are in Elven Forest. They start around level 6, which means we've got a long road ahead. And since they'd probably resist most of my level 1 spells, I decided to take the scenic route and grab some exploration experience before heading there.
Well, it's been such a long road, it might seem that there is nothing more to say. We've gathered all our evidence, and we've analyzed it every single way.
After a while, I made it to the shores of the lake in Elven Forest. Finding a single Murloc that isn't surrounded by others is a bit of a challenge. My first fight was rough, but somehow I managed to survive. Barely. But not every fight went that well. Right now, killing a Murloc was basically a coin flip. Sometimes I would win, sometimes I would just get resisted to death. All I could do was keep trying and hope to hit level 3 soon. I didn't have any money for food or drinks yet, but luckily early level mana and health regeneration is high enough that I could recover between fights. The area was getting crowded and my luck was getting worse. I kept dying to those Murlocs and decided to grab the last bit of experience for level 3 through exploration. Unfortunately, Northshire wasn't as generous as I'd hoped and gave 0 experience, so I gave it another try with the Murlocs. After a few more deaths, I finally gave up and headed towards the nearby mines and fields to get the last amount of exploration experience to get to level 3 finally. Now things got way more manageable. I could handle level 6 Murlocs a bit more consistently, still risky but doable. I also tried a few level 7 ones for fun, but quickly realized that that was a mistake. They hit too hard and it wasn't worth the risk, so I sticked with the level 6 ones. I won't be showing all of the fights since the video would get way too long, but I will include enough to show the general experience. Eventually, I reached level 4, that unlocked Conjure Water and Frostbolt, which made a huge difference. The grind started to feel smoother. Then came level 5. Not much new here, but at least it felt like steady progress. There's not a lot to say about this part, it's mostly just repetitive grinding. Then I finally hit level 6 and things got noticeably better.
Guess what? Fireball rank 2, Fire Blast rank 1. Now we are the fastest mob killer in the game. Fact guys, I'm spitting facts right now. No class can kill mobs faster than a level 6 mage. A level 6 mage is the fastest DPS in the game for that level. It is unreal. You're doing a million DPS. Like, mobs instantly die. Like, you're gonna see this shit, dude. Like, you literally cast three spells and the mob dies instantly. That's the mob. Insta, look. 1. It's dead. It's dead, dude. It's dead. It's dead.
With more mana and stronger spells, the fights became faster and more reliable. I could even start handling Murloc pairs without dying instantly. It actually started feeling like a normal leveling experience at this point.
What do we do now? What do you mean? Now we can finally play the game. Oh yeah.
I'm probably the first person to take longer going from level 2 to 3 than from level 6 to 7. I wanted to buy some milk to help with mana recovery, but these Murlocs barely drop anything worth selling. Every silver went into learning new spells instead. Even so, it felt good to finally play at a level where I wasn't constantly dying. The ambushes from roaming Murlocs still happened, but they didn't scare me as much anymore. After looting another chest, I started thinking about what to do during the long grinding sections. So, get ready for some fun facts about Murlocs. Did you know the famous Murloc gurgle sound, is made by Blizzard sound designers experimenting with water in their mouths? It's a mix of gurgles, fish noises, and reversed speech. It was recorded in one take and ended up being used across several Blizzard games, including Hearthstone and Heroes of the Storm. That was fun, wasn't it? Stay tuned for more. At level 8, I learned a few new skills and got some better drops. I found some chests, collected a few silver, from which I could buy some milk. That alone made things a lot more comfortable. Chest number 3 gave me a green item, a one-handed side weapon with fire damage. It sounded great, but I didn't have a one-handed weapon skill right now, and switching would have lowered my base damage by 7 to 10 points compared to my staff. Those extra hits from the staff would often come in clutch, so I stuck with it for now. The experience gain started slowing down, but I wanted to push to level 9 before changing zones. After reaching level 9, I decided to visit Stormwind again. I didn't have much to sell, but I hoped to get a few silver from all the junk items I had collected. My goal was to buy more milk and maybe some extra bags. I decided to use the auction house for that. Of course, only with gold I had earned myself, or silver as I didn't even have much. Buying bags directly from the vendor would have been a waste, and silver is already hard to come by. I also checked for the Murloc related quest near the lake, but it turns out it only becomes available after completing other quests first, so that one's off the table. Before moving on to new hunting grounds, I picked up mining and engineering. Explosives sounded useful for dealing with groups of Murlocs later on. Unfortunately, Murlocs don't drop cloth, which means I can't make dynamite or bombs without getting it from somewhere else. I'll probably have to get some from fishing crates or buy it off the auction house later. I tried selling the fish from the Murloc drops, but they sold for so little that I decided to keep my money for more important stuff right now. On my way to the next area, I mined a few ore nodes to get my profession started. Then of course, more Murloc killing. Eventually, I reached level 10. It felt good to finally see double digits on the level bar. I sold some junk, checked my mail, and learned a few new spells. I considered doing the mage class quest, but I'm not sure if that fits the challenge rules. Probably not, but let me know what you think in the comments. I made another quick trip to Stormwind to list my loot on the auction house and buy some linen cloth for dynamite crafting. Just as I finished, some raid finished Onyxia or Nefarion, and I received the Dragon Slayer buff. Great timing and a huge boost for the upcoming 2 hours. I also bought another cheap 6-slot bag, crafted some rough dynamite with the cloth I had bought, and stored the rest in the bank for later. I thought for a moment about picking up the quest for the 2 dead guards in this area. It's somewhat Murloc related, but since the quest doesn't actually require killing them, I decided to skip it. Not long after that, I got a green sword drop. With the Dragon Slayer buff still running, I figured I'd give it a try. I had acquired my sword skill with my last visit in Stormwind, so we were able to use it right away. Also, if my fire damage mug wouldn't sell, I could combine it with this one-hander. After a few swings and some time leveling up my sword skill, it turned out to be a nice little damage boost. The extra physical hits also helped reduce downtime between pulls, since I didn't have to rely entirely on mana anymore. The spot I was farming at was honestly perfect. Almost no downtime on the Murlocs because of the nearby quest area, lots of chest spawns and even a few copper veins scattered around. Progress felt steady. We moved through level 10 quickly and hit level 11 before long. Technically, I could have gone off the shores to Westfall already, but the place was too convenient to leave. Having a vendor close by and being able to quickly empty my bags was also a huge benefit. Level 11 to 12 didn't bring anything new, so here's another fun Murloc fact while we grind. Murlocs were originally created to fill the coastline zones with ambient life, but players liked them so much that Blizzard expanded their lore. Chris Metzen even once said that Murlocs are the true soul of Azeroth. Back to our regularly scheduled program. More grinding, more chunk selling.
3, 2, 1, go! Go!
After about 48 minutes of played time at level 11, I reached level 12. After a day's rest, I leveled up a few skills, picked up the silver from my mailbox, and headed towards Westfall. I hope you like sand, because we are going to stay here for a while.
I don't like sand.
During the grind, I found Captain Xander's treasure map. This one made me think. I mean, it only drops from Murlocs, but completing it means traveling to locations that have nothing to do with them. I wasn't sure if that fits the rule for the challenge, so maybe you could help me out again in the comments, and while you're down there, maybe leave a rating? It would help out greatly. Thank you very much. From level 12 to 13, things stayed pretty calm. The shoreline was solid for farming, not quite as efficient as the spot in Elven Forest, but still good. There were even a few copper veins along the beach for extra resources.
I don't understand what's going on here.
Give me a break.
Once I hit level 13, I started wondering how many Murlocs I would need for the next level. Each kill gave around 95 experience, and with 11,400 experience required for the next level, that meant roughly 120 Murlocs per level. For anyone interested, from level 2 to 3 we killed around 14 Murlocs. From 3 to 4 around 20, from 4 to 5 about 32, from 5 to 6 around 43, from 6 to 7 around 48, from 7 to 8 57 Murlocs, from 8 to 9 about 62 Murlocs, from 9 to 10 around 70 Murlocs, from level 10 to 11 around 80 Murlocs, from 11 to 12 around 86 Murlocs, and from level 12 to 13 approximately 97 Murlocs. Those numbers of course depend on the level of the Murlocs you kill. I estimated with averages, and this brings us to 729 Murlocs slain so far. I kept grinding.
Oh, baby, a triple!
A few Murlocs later, I got lucky again. A staff dropped with bonus frost damage. Auctionator listed it for quite a high price. I wasn't sure whether to sell it or to keep it. For such a crazy amount of gold, I might have to let it go eventually. But for future AoE farming, it looked really useful. Speaking of AoE, I was starting to look forward to a change of playstyle. Sometimes I'd catch myself watching chat, seeing other players running dungeons or doing quests. Meanwhile, I was still here, on the beach, pulling Murlocs one by one. But hey, this is the challenge, and I signed up for it. I wanted to reach level 14 before heading back to the city, so I made a quick stop at a nearby farm to sell off junk and repair my gear. After about an hour and 15 minutes, I finally reached level 14. Time for a short break and a trip back to Stormwind. At a mage trainer, I learned a new spell I was waiting for a while now. Arcane Explosion. It's not real AoE farming yet with just this spell, but it's a start. I also sold some items at the auction house, stopped by the engineering trainer, smelted some ore, and crafted a few copper bombs. While working on engineering, I got another lucky rallying cry of the Dragonslayer buff. That was a nice surprise and the perfect excuse to push into higher level Murloc areas. The new spot looked promising, but the enemies were tougher. The Murloc warriors hit hard, and the netters could root me from range. Every pull needed a bit of planning. Still, the experience gain made it worth staying. The loot, on the other hand, stayed disappointing. For now. To reach level 15, I needed 12,900 experience. Again, just around 120 Murlocs, thanks to the enemies around here being higher level. While we farm, here's a quick fun fact unrelated to Murlocs. During Hallow's End, the sweets you can get from the innkeepers stack with drinks. so you can regenerate mana much faster. I actually did not know this until now. And so the cycle continued. Fireball after fireball, loot, drink, repeat. Until we hit level 15. Which means we are roughly a quarter of the way there. Oh well, that's where I will end this episode. With about 850 Murlocs and a part of my sanity obliterated. At least we got our first glimpse of what future AoE grinding might look like, so next time we'll get the required skills for that. See if we can turn an entire Murloc camp into a big pile of experience and help our no-mage get his revenge. I hope you are looking forward to this as much as I do. If you enjoyed this adventure and want me to continue, please consider leaving a comment and a rating. As always, thanks for watching, have a great day, bye.